Okay, I'm back. Okay, so as I promised, I was going to do a unboxing of these goodies right here. And I'm really excited to do those with you guys right now. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, I have to admit, I never started off as a Hot Wheels collector, so it's kind of weird, but I ended up started collecting toy cars recently in the last few months. As you can see right here, I got a DeLorean, the Ghostbusters Ecto 1 from the originals, and then a whole line of Batmobile and Batman related stuff here. Ninja Turtles Party Wagon, the taco truck, chimichanga truck from Deadpool, the Rick Sanchez's little space car, a whole bunch of other stuff. So yeah, it's kind of weird. I just started collecting. Hey, thank you for the follow there. I do want to admit, we are trying to hit that magic number of 50, so I can get up to the massive ability to do subscriptions, because I have a bunch of stuff planned for this channel over the course of next year, 2021. Hopefully 2021 is a much better year. I'm big in the con scene as far as going to the cons and doing videos and stuff, and I want to really push doing live video content at local conventions in Kansas City, Wichita, Hutchinson, Kansas, Omaha, Nebraska, surrounding areas like that. So stay tuned. I'm going to be doing a lot of that stuff. So with that in mind, guys, let's go ahead and switch over to my dual camera setup. Ta-da! It's almost like I know what I'm doing. Okay, so we're going to start off right here without showing what it is. So yes, kind of reveal. I thought this was cool, so I had to get it. I have a few different toys like this, of this device, or of this vehicle, of the land speeder. I have a Lego set of this. I also have a vintage one of these, where they're about, basically the vehicle's about as long as the cardboard the back here is. Almost. Unfortunately, this part, I believe, is broke off. I don't remember. I cannot remember. However, so yeah, I wanted to get this and open it up and kind of get a run, see how it feels. I don't care about the boxes. I like putting these on my little display back there. And so let's go ahead, open this bad boy up. I grew up on Hot Wheels when I was a kid. I mean, a lot of kids in the early 80s, the 70s, 80s, we grew up on Hot Wheels. And back then, we have this nostalgia thing, when goggles, if you will, nostalgia goggles, where back in my day, when we got Hot Wheels, they were made of cast iron and stuff, and they lasted forever, and they weren't made of cheap plastic. Then I found some. I was lying to myself. All right, so here it is. Bring it up close. Oh, that is so cool. And I love the fact, I didn't catch this when I was looking at it. It actually has, if you notice how it's got these gray specks, I wasn't even paying attention. I can't believe this. It actually looks worn. And I could tell it's not actually chipped off or anything, because you can actually just slightly feel the paint that's actually in there. So it's really cool. Hey guys, if you have any questions about the toys, please go ahead, answer. I do have my chat window open here in my software so I can keep track. It's got 4 wheels. Anybody who had the re-release of this from the 90s, maybe early 2000s, Power of the Force line of figures and stuff, it had 3 wheels. One was right here up in the middle, and the vintage was the same way. This one has 4 wheels, and they don't bounce. I love that about that classic toy. Even the vintage cast iron version that was about 2 or 3 times bigger than this one, they had a little bit of a bounce, so it felt like it was skating along. But the wheels on here are really nice. I don't mind them too bad at all. It does roll around pretty good. The plastic glass, it's Not bad at all. You probably can't see it in the video here. Let me focus. It doesn't want to pull focus, but it doesn't have too many scuffs on it. But I mean, it's kind of expected. It's just plastic. Not much in the way of details in the cockpit. Let's see if I can get in there. You can see in there, it's just got some designs, molding and everything, where they made it look like it's supposed to. Yes, I am collecting Hot Wheels, but it's mostly just in the line of specialty vehicles. I also have like the Thundercats Thunder Tank and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Party Wagon, stuff like that. So I'm not really collecting all vehicles, and I'm not really big on specific ones. Like you know how there's like the Street Fighter line of cars. There's these There's also a set of Ninja Turtle vehicles like this where they all have the theme, kind of like the old monster truck days. Where they have this design to them where it's inspired by, like there's a whole Minion set I bought the wife as a gift. I only bought 4 of the 6. I'm missing 2 of them. I'm not sure which ones they are exactly right offhand, but I need to find them and purchase those so she has the complete set. She's a Minions freak. We have a whole shelf, kind of like how I got shelves all over me with stuff. Hers is full of Minions. I know people are going to make fun of that. That's so basic. That's just Minions. You bought into the marketing. Well, we buy into marketing every day, so who cares? So anyway, yeah, I collect these specifically type ones that are designed as the actual original style vehicles. So this is this land speeder, the X-34 land speeder from Star Wars: A New Hope. Now, as I said, I have a set of Batman-related vehicles here, ranging from a Joker-themed McDonald's car, the 1989-1990 Tim Burton Batmobile, a different variant of it, and I also got a 66 styled version like this. But this one is from the Arkham Knights game. It's number 1 of 5. I couldn't find the other 4. So, of course, I could purchase. There's a 5-piece set I could probably purchase that I think this was in, but I decided to skip on it because the others are just regular type cars, except for one, and I really didn't feel like spending $5 just so I can get the. It's from the. I think it's from the Batman v Superman film. Yeah, model cars. Now that one's a different realm altogether with the whole collecting on those. I tried it one time when I was younger and I realized I really was not into the whole concept of gluing, especially when you'd come up and your finger would be like doing that because the stinking glue, and then the painting. I have ADHD. I had ADHD really bad as a child, so I wasn't able to keep up with that kind of stuff. It'd be like I'd start and then just be like, nope, I'm done. So let's go ahead and open up. This is, like I said, the Batman Arkham Knight Batmobile. Real heavy duty. I know a lot of fans were kind of upset over the more recent years that the Batmobile started turning into the Bat Tank, thanks to Nolan, and they all blame Christopher Nolan for that one. But if you go back and look at vintage comic books, the Batmobile was a bit of a tank. It was never really just a fancy sports car. The sports car motif started really towards, I think, the 40s and maybe the 50s, I think. And then, of course, with Batman 66, with that car that they used in that show, really took off on that concept. But here is the Arkham Knight's Batmobile. I like the coloring. It's kind of got this urban, muddy, disgusting, grungy color, so it kind of blends in at night. It doesn't silhouette, so it doesn't stand out. So good design. It's got some black markings on it for, quote unquote camouflage to break up the outline. I really like the design. It's got a good feel to it. Let's see here. This one was released in 2015, actually. This car has been around for a few years now, but you know, the problem with Hot Wheels is that they make so many vehicles like this do tend to get lost in the shuffle. But the fact that it's 2015, it blows my mind to remember that Arkham Knight is actually a pretty old game. So, yes, and the tires on this thing, they're absolutely huge. Look at that. So, good mobility, and of course, being a Hot Wheels, they all follow a certain kind of design size. This one, I don't think it would fit so well in their old racetracks, but I do think this one would definitely fit well in their plastic tracks and everything, so you could have fun with this in those. It's a bit weighty. I like it's got a good solid build. That shake is those big tires, but hold those down. Yeah. You don't hear anything. Let go of the wheels, you hear a little bit, but that's good. I mean, the wheels need to be a little loose, so this way you get good flow. And, oh yeah, just give it a good whirl. See if you can see that here. I mean, it spins quite a bit. That's quite a long time. I'm really impressed with this Batmobile. That is a really nice, sturdy design. I do like the urban warfare type look for it. It kind of gives that sense in the game. If you've ever played the Arkham Knight game, it is urban warfare. Everything's gone to crap. The Joker has basically wreaked havoc and declared war on Gotham City, along with a lot of the major villains. It's a great game. The whole series. I mean, the PC version turned out kind of effed up, but the Xbox One and PS4 version are solid games worth playing. Now, the massive one, the big one, the one that I'm most excited about. Like I said, right here, I have the Jada Ecto 1 and the DeLorean, my newest addition. I also have this as a Hot Wheels car. And as you can see, there is a WB logo, so you kind of know where this is going. The reveal. I started collecting sometime about last year, give or take. I'd say I had a couple here and there, but I think really I started collecting these last year was the real big, or no, actually not last year. Holy crap, 2020 is, you know, a decade in itself. I started really getting into the collecting these things, all these cars and toys. Oh, I'd say towards the beginning of the year before lockdown. The reveal. Yeah. Scooby-Dooby-Doo, looking for you. Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? Scooby, Scooby-Doo. Ruh-roh-right. All right, let's pop that tape. Again, I'm not a box kind of guy. I don't care about the boxes or the packaging. I want to be able to touch. I want to be able to feel the thing I purchased and then have it on display. And, you know, when you clean the cars or clean the toys is a good excuse to kind of thing, you know. I might be 44, but I refuse to grow up. Anybody, for any children that might tune in and catch this down the road sometime, because I do not delete my videos. Kids, here's the deal. I don't care how old you get. Don't listen to people when they say, you need to grow up. You need to stop playing with toys. You don't need that crap. Don't listen to them. Don't ever listen to anybody that tells you that you're too old for something. If it brings you joy, to, you know, borrow a term, if it brings you joy, then by all means, enjoy it. There are no rules regarding what you can or cannot do as an adult. There are the preconceived notions of what adulthood is supposed to be, but quite honestly, those notions can go straight to hell. Life is 2020 is a great example of this. Life can be absolutely disheartening. It can be a complete and utter train wreck just because things happen. I have an entire office right here. My little office, game room / studio / man cave, if you will. I don't really like using the term man cave because it just kind of, it sounds it's not derogatory. I know there's going to be some people like, dude, it's not wrong calling man cave. And there really isn't. Just like there's no problems calling something the she shed or the woman cave or whatever. I prefer calling this my nerd haven, my nerd cave, if you will, also. Just because that's just how I roll. But yes, you should always do what you enjoy, what brings you happiness. And this stupid screw is not bringing me joy. Yeah, they screwed this down onto there we go, onto this little plastic platform right there. And that's good because it keeps it in place. But by golly gee whiz, that is annoying. All right, so let's put that off to the side here. Oh, this is so nice. Okay. Now, other Jada vehicles have functioning doors in some way. For example, the DeLorean, the suicide doors pop up. I hope I don't get flagged for that because that is what those doors on that car are called. It's a terrible name. Let's call them winged doors. Twitch, please do not ruin this video for me. The wing doors on the DeLorean, they open up. The doors, the driver and passenger doors on the Ecto-1 also open up. However, something I'm noticing, these doors do not open. None of them. There is wheel movement. There we go. One of the tires was actually off a little bit. So, not bad. Metal design, metal construction, mixed with some plastic. The headlights have a clear plastic that almost makes me think that there's supposed to be a way to flash a light through there, but it does not appear to do so. I'm kind of curious how. Yeah, no. The car collecting, this is one of those things that I don't care about the value that these might bring down the road because that means nothing to me. These Jada toy cars, these 1/6 scales, are about $6.50, $7 at Walmart. So pretty much anywhere you go, any toy store or whatever, you're going to be spending about $6 to $7 for these. And that's what I paid for this and those other two. So not expensive for these at all. And like I said, metal construction, good paint, good plastic. Tires are really good. I mean, it's got a good movement to it. These are less than $1. And I remember Hot Wheels back when I was a kid, somewhere around the 50-cent range. So going from 50 cents to $1 today, or 94 cents, because I get these at Walmart, and I also get them at the Dollar General, and yeah, totally worth it. And I was surprised, one of the 1966 Batmobile that I purchased was actually found at a Dollar General. Same with the Ninja Turtle Party Wagon, I believe. So if you like vehicles from and I also have Kit from Knight Rider over there. If you're really into the vehicles in certain films and television and you really would like to have them in your collection, but you really don't want to have to go with the route of having, let me see here, I don't have anything out right now. You don't want to have these massive versions that, take up a lot of space. This is definitely the way to go. I mean, the detailing on these is really good. The paint work is pretty decent. Like I said, this here has those little gray flecks that give it the illusion of wear and tear from a desert planet. This has got a really nice, and I just realized this. There is this coating in something in the paint, reflective material. I can't think of it. A fleck, whatever. So yeah, I mean, definitely it's something to get into for only 94 cents to $1 for, you know, each of these, $6-7 for one of these. And they're collectible in the sense that this is obviously the Mystery Machine. Obviously, it says it right on it. But when you watch the cartoons and you know what the vehicle looks like, and you look at this, you're not going like, well, yeah, it pretty much kind of sort of looks like. No, this is definitely like, oh yeah, that's the Mystery Machine. And I appreciate the detail on it. There's even paint done for the door handle. I would say you got to be careful because it's part of the molding of the metal. You might easily wear that off, but anybody who knows anybody with it's into painting, just a nice fine tip brush and you could easily fix issues like that if you did wear the paint off of here. Like, see if I can get into there close enough. Right. I'm only using webcams for this video, folks. But yeah, boom. Yeah, if you could see that, that's just paint. As far as the overall whole vehicle, I believe, oh, this is a two-piece construction too. This part, there's a lining right along here. These are two separate individual pieces that are put together. There is no windows in the front or passenger doors. The inside, again, no stickers or anything inside. Oh, that is cool. I can't really show it because the detail's so small and so it's all black inside. There's actually molding on the plastic for basically on your door, where you have your hand crank for the window. If you're not old enough to know what a hand crank is, it's before we had electric windows where you push a button and roll your window up and down. We had to actually have to crank it down. New wise, I don't really have anything that's exclusive or really high special. I do have some stuff that is very hard to find. I wouldn't call them expensive, but I have a vintage release set of Star Wars vehicles from the late 70s all the way into the mid 80s. I have the Snow Speeder. I have a Star Destroyer, the Land Speeder, and a Millennium Falcon. Top parts are all metal, bottom part is plastic. The Millennium Falcon's missing the satellite dish, and the Star Destroyer is actually missing the I can't remember, the Lambda class cruiser. In Return of the Jedi, it was that one that spread the wings. The wings would come down, and it had the fin up here, and then the wings that would come out in this kind of like a upside down Y shape that delivered Darth Vader to the Death Star and the Emperor as well in Return of the Jedi. That little one is missing from my Star Destroyer. Those are probably some of my favorite old stuff. I also have a couple Hallmark vehicles that, you know what? These ones make me happy as well. I wouldn't call they're not expensive. Like I said, I don't collect for expensiveness or the exclusive collectability of them. I collect them because they make me happy. But these two items, I'm kind of hoping one day they do bring in a value because they are Hallmark Christmas ornaments. Bear with me for a second. All right, first one. It's a little dusty because I haven't had a chance to dust it yet. But it's from the 30th anniversary of the original Star Trek TV series. What's really special about this, and I need to really take a tarnish cleaner. It's all metal. Doesn't cling or clang, but definitely it is metal. But what's really kind of cool about this, and you should be able to hear this.
Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the Starship Enterprise. Its 5-year mission to explore strange new worlds, to seek out new life and new civilizations, to boldly go where no man has gone before.
Yeah, it sounds like William Shatner just kind of phoned that in, but it is still cool. The other one, it's the 25th anniversary of. This one was released in 2012, so it would have been the actual 25th anniversary of Star Trek in general. Right here. Now, this one's not as impressive. It's all plastic. Oh, there's one other piece I want to show you that's kind of a collectible that you can't find anymore, and it is gaining value, but this is actually really nice. The saucer section does not separate, but this one they just kind of took an audio clip from the actual show.
Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the Starship Enterprise. Its continuing mission to explore strange new worlds.
I hope I don't get dinged for this.
New civilizations. To boldly
Go where no man has gone before. I love that. Kind of weird. My dad actually kind of looks like, well, my dad's passed away, but my dad actually looked kind of like Patrick Stewart, so it's kind of really weird. Last thing I want to show you is another Enterprise from like this one here. You can't find it. It was from when Galoob actually had the license for the Next Generation series. I really liked Galoob's figures a lot more than the Playmates kind of slightly deformed versions, even though I do have a nice collection of those. Let me show you the Galoob Star Trek Enterprise that they released. All right, this is actually pretty hefty. This is all metal here. This base, actually the whole thing, now that I look at it, the whole thing is metal. But here's the thing. Hear that wobble? More times than not, that's kind of like a, oh no. See, here's the thing. In Star Trek The Next Generation, the saucer section...
that requires your attention.
Thank you, Jarvis. Sometimes they could separate the saucer section. In the first Encounter at Farpoint, which is the very first episode, the pilot episode of Next Generation, they did that 1 or 2 times for story element reasons. But they didn't really do it a lot because, one, the actual model for the Enterprise, like this one, let me turn my light brightness down a bit. There we go. The actual physical ILM built model was massive, dang near as big as this room, and they would actually have it sitting like this when they did all their filming. So if they did a pass where it was kind of like, underneath the ship, they would literally have the ship upside down and the camera would move along like that. Of course my camera's not moving, but it would look like that. And then, of course, in the actual film, they'd flip the scene over and you'd see it flying over like this. And scenes where it was like this part, the top, they would basically have the camera underneath and it would just kind of do this number. And then, of course, they'd flip it over and be done with it. Back to this toy, though. Let me get on camera here. It separates. And as you can see, it actually has the battle bridge designed into the molding right there. It's hollow here, but that's okay. But it did represent the fact that the Enterprise in emergency circumstances could separate. And of course, putting it back together is real simple. You just got to line up the pegs, slide it into place, and done. So yeah, these three right over here are my new acquisitions, and these are just ones I wanted to show off because they were readily available. My Star Wars vehicles are put away, and I do want to do a review of those, kind of rehash some classic toys later down the road. That's one of the big things I want to do with this channel is, one, I do video games. If you notice in the in my video section, my library is a lot of games that I play, retro stuff, a lot of that, some newer stuff, so on and so forth. I also want to do toy reviews more often in this format because it's fun and I get to engage with people that ask questions like you. I'm going to assume you pronounce it Yishio3. And so this way we have some fun with these kind of things. All right, guys. Well, thank you very much for that follow. I really appreciate it. It gets us even closer to that magic number. It gets us really close to hitting that magic 50. And as you can see up here is our total followers right now at 31. Right up here is my goals that I'm trying to reach. We're currently sitting at, we just hit 5 new follows here recently over the course of the last month. Videos coming out from me this whole last couple months have been kind of strained and stuff, so I do apologize for all that. I am trying to do better and get those videos, get these things done for everybody a lot quicker, a lot more reliably. But, 2020, life, gotta take care of life. That's how it goes. So hopefully we get the con scene going and all that good stuff again, because I really want to do some live video content from all that stuff. So I will be streaming again live later. I'm thinking about doing, not really thinking, I'm going to be doing a live stream of my Fire Pro Wrestling World, doing the training the training tutorials to kind of help everybody kind of get an idea of how to play that. So thank you for tuning in. I'm going to sign off now. It has been a wonderful time showing off all of these great toys. I really have a lot of fun doing this stuff, guys. So please, I plan on streaming again in about 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock, I will be doing more streaming with the wrestling game today, and I also plan on doing some streaming tomorrow. What game, I'm really not sure yet. Just keep tabs on everything, and if you're on Twitch, I'll try to be more regular on stuff, but scheduling and stuff like that can be a real pain in the butt. But anyways, thank you for follows. Thank you for tuning in. I'll be back in about a little over half an hour.